Hello everyone and welcome back. What we are going to do next in this video as part of the bash shell, we are now taking next step and we are looking towards some advanced conditioning because three components play a very critical role from the understanding perspective. Obviously, one is putting the right condition in your script so it can execute the right command at the right trigger level. And secondly, if we want to iterate on something that we need to put it in the loop, so that's another very important one. And obviously, normally our scripts are quite lengthy, so we need to modularize them, what does it mean that we need to put them into function, and then we need to manage these function. It's very easy and clean to handle. So we're gonna see in this video the first two concepts. We're going to enhance our if condition, and we are going to now put that if condition into while loop. So while loop is very simple and it's similar to like other languages, like it iterates until unless the condition generate false. So let me quickly show it to you the while loop. So let me just. So I'm going to do, yeah, that's the one. Going to open it into my nano so you can see my script which I've already built for you. So in this script you can see in here we have a small venue. So what we are doing, we are just providing user a couple of options, and then we are asking them to type the option that they want to execute, and we will execute it as a command, right? So it's a very nice little OS program that we can create based on our own requirement, right? So that's the beauty of using the bash environment. And you can see we can write the while loop using while keyword, and then obviously in the square bracket I have actually put the condition, and I have a variable that I'm using, and you can see the variable I'm using as an option, and I've assigned it a default value continue. You can even leave it blank because what's going to happen, this variable, this condition will generate false once is going to be equal to exit, because as long as the value is not going to be exit, it's not going to terminate the loop. So what I can do, just for this demo, let me just keep the empty string into the option, right? So you can see while, and we can add any condition in our while loop, and the loop will continue until that condition generate false result. So you can see in the first run, the option is not equal to exit, so it's gonna come in and it's gonna display these three option on the screen, and now we can read the option again. Why I'm actually reading it, because now I need to get the option from user, so I need to use the read command so I can get the value from the user, so my program knows or script know what the user is requiring us to do. Now, so if the user typed here, so that means that I'm just going to display ls, and you can see it's a conceptual overview. You can literally build very powerful script once you understand these commands and these techniques. However, if the user is typing exit, so that means I need to break, or even if the user is not even typing exit and is typing file, then I'm going to get a file name, because that's the hint that user wants to create the file name. So I'm just reading the file name into a file name variable, and then I'm just opening the editor during the execution of my program, and then I'm letting user to add anything if he wants to, and then you know what we can do, and we can show the contents of the file name back to the user. So that's a very small file option that will give user the opportunity to create the file and add information in it. Last but not the least, the else condition, which obviously if the option the user is typing not all of above, that means he has typed the incorrect one. So we're gonna just give him the warning, and I'm just going to warning. And then we're just going to ask him to press enter to continue to the OS. And then because the screen is going to be quite filled with all these things, so we're going to clear the screen, and then the loop will continue if the option doesn't have the exit value, right? So it will keep doing it until unless user type the exit and it enter, because then this condition is going to be false, because exit is equal to exit is not going to be it's not equal to exit. So then this loop will be terminated. So that's pretty much it for the loop. Now let's come in and see the script in action. So now the very first thing, I'm just going to now run it. It has given me the error where, oh, right, it's not. Let's see. By the way, sometimes it does really weird thing that we have no idea. So all good. Let's now. So expected. All right. Let's see. I mean, back. That's number 3. I'm just looking where the error is, because it's telling us that the error is going to be on the line number. All right. So I do believe that was the issue. So let's, yeah. So what's happening? Let me explain. The bash script has its own operating model. Some operator works with some data types, some works with other data types. So because they haven't actually initialized the variable with a proper value, so it's not accepting, the empty string or even the space. We need to provide some value if we want to use that not equal sign, which is obviously the C or C++ comparison operator. Right, so that's the explanation of this. Now let me just type the first option, or even what I'm going to do, let me type the second one first. So now it is asking me the file name, so I'm going to see bash demo.txt. And if you remember, we have called whatever user is going to be typed in, that file is going to be created, and we're going to actually nano them. So now we have the editor, so I'm going to say but to work with that. All right. All right, so I'm just going to save it. Yeah, so now my file has been created, and look, as soon as the process has completed, we are back to our main program. So that process, it has created for us, and then it transferred the control to that sub process. As soon as the process completes, it returns control back to my main program, which is really cool. Because now what I'm going to do, so you can see, as soon as I press enter, the whole clutter on screen is gone, and I have now these three options on screen, right? So that was the clear at the end of the loop. So now I'm going to type the first option. So now you can see I have that. Let's see where we have bash demo.txt. It is there. The file has been created. All right. So let me exit it so I can go and I can see. Okay, there's something. This is weird. Anyway, so let me quickly show you manual bash demo. Yeah, a cool word. So the content has been saved, so the file has been created. Now let me just run it just to see why it is. So yeah, it's all good. Now I'm just going to type exit. Yeah, the program has been closed. So sometimes it's really weird that sometimes it gives us the some funny behavior, but it has nothing to do with the functionality. So that's how we can use the while loop and the if condition within the while loop One thing, the bash is very strict language, so be very careful while you are working. There are different operators that work with one data type but doesn't work with the other data type, and even with the if condition there are different syntax that we need to keep in our mind. So that's where bash is a bit difficult compared to other languages. But anyway, it's once you understand, it give you a lot of power to control your infrastructure or to control your environment. So that will obviously uh, give us the benefit to learn it. So hopefully you enjoy this video. Feel free to put any comments if you have any questions. More than happy to answer. Otherwise, I'm gonna see you in the next video with the counting loop. Thanks for watching.